a toy truck mass 1.5 kg moving down an inclined track has a speed of 0.6 meters per second at point P, which is at a height of 1.5 meters above the ground level QR. So nansi le toy truck abakhuluma ngakwe statement ila kuleli point P kwi-inclined plane and ikwi-height of 1.5 meters above the ground okubani lo oku-P R. Yeah. The curved section of the track PQ. Okay, so PQ bathi u-curved noma ubuya ngathi awukho-curved kodwa bathi u-curved is 1.8 meters long. When a truck reaches point P, it has a speed of 3 meters per second. There is a friction between each track and a truck. Okay, khona i-track ne-truck. Oh yeah. Okay, so now I see. Okay, so la we have an initial velocity of 0.6 meters per second. We have a final velocity of 3 meters per second. And leli truck liweigh 1.4 kg at a height of 1.3 meters per second above the ground. 3.1 uthi state the principle of conservation of mechanical energy. Now, the principle of conservation of mechanical energy iti the total mechanical energy of an isolated system remains constant. It remains constant. Okay. 3.2 is the mechanical energy conserved? Mechanical energy can only be conserved if external force like friction are work, but in this case batheni there is a friction between the track and the truck. So ngamanye amazwi, no, the mechanical energy is not conserved, and isizathu it is because there is a presence of an external force, external frictional force, frictional force. 3.3. So that is why mechanical energy is not conserved. If frictional force being equal, therefore the mechanical energy will be conserved. Now, sebethelana assume that the average frictional force between the track and the truck is constant along PQ, and calculate the average frictional force experienced by the truck as it moves from P to Q. So in the siyaziyo thina la work ukuthi i-frictional force it's a non-conservative force, and la ku 3.3 bafuna yona leyo frictional force which is a non-conservative force. So ngamanye amazwi we can maybe use the WNC formula to determine the frictional force, since a frictional force is a non-conservative force. So sizothi WNC equal to change in K plus change in P. Now, a work done by a non-conservative force or a frictional force, so the frictional force multiplied by the distance change in X cos of 180 degrees because the friction equals to 1 over 2 m your v squared final minus your v squared initial plus mg then h2 minus h1. Okay, so we are looking for a frictional force, the value lena. So the frictional force multiplied by a distance bebisitshenile lana ukuthi is 1.8 from P to Q, it's 1.8 meters. So multiplied by 1.8 multiplied by cos of 180 also negative 1 equals to 1 over 2. Mass it's 1. The final velocity is 3 squared minus the initial velocity 0.6 squared plus mass 1.4 multiplied by the gravitational acceleration of 9.8 into h final, it's 1.5. Sorry, yes, the final, no, it's 0 or 0. It's 0. The final, it's 0 minus 1.5. So la ngizoba no negative the frictional force multiplied by 1.8 equals to it's 0.5 into 1.4 into 3 squared or 9 minus 0.6 squared. So yonke lento lena isinikeza a value of 6.05 6.05 plus mgh oku 1.4 multiplied by 9.8 into negative 1.5. Okay, so when a value negative, it's negative 20.58. So la should be a negative 20, negative 20.58. Okay. Okay, so la it's negative frictional force multiplied by 1.8 equals to, so 6.05 minus 20.58. So 6.05 minus 20.58 was as a value of negative 14.53. So it's negative 14.53, then divide by negative 1.8, divide by negative 1.8. Therefore the frictional force it's 14.53 divided by negative 1.8. So its answer divided by negative 1.8. So therefore the value of the frictional force, it's 8.07 newtons.